A 12-year-old Nasira was shot on March 1st in the West Englewood neighborhood while celebrating her birthday. Investigators say the girl was in a car with her family traveling in the 2300 block of West 72nd Street on their way home when the unthinkable happened. Police say in a videotape confession, one of the suspects admits they and at least one other person were shooting at what they thought was the vehicle of a rival gang member when a stray bullet struck the girl in the back of the head. She died a few days later after being rushed to an area hospital.
These are violent people, and their history, criminal history, shown them to be violent. We need to throw the book at these people.
Yo, face! Show your face, please, with sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, Bando KD. Now it looks like he done got himself into some deep trouble this time, and I know usually we see Bando KD, he's all over social media flashing weapons, taunting police, taunting his ops, trolling, and making it very clear that him and the guys will never be caught by police because all they do is run from him. However, he got himself caught in a situation now where there's no escaping. And I'm not laughing, but it's just ironic to me to know that these guys be facing these type of charges. These guys be involved in a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't know about, and instead of taking heed to it, instead of using that to at least get low and stay off the radar, these guys continue being loud on social media. And sometimes, you know, it's really nothing you could do when you got an eyewitness or you got someone cooperating. It's not too much you can do. However, you're just digging a bigger hole by being seen on social media, trolling ops, acting like you involving yourself in crimes, flashing weapons. It just makes everything that much complicated. Now in this case with Bando KD, he's being accused with two others of being the guy that's been involved in a crime where a 12-year-old was shot and unalived back in 2022 as she was celebrating her birthday. And she wasn't just shot and unalived, she was shot in her head. So just think about it. The girl was 12 years old. She lost her life because she was shot in the head, or because she was involved in something that had nothing to do with her, or because allegedly Bando KD and these other two guys made one of the worst mistakes that costed them their life. And it's crazy because you would have thought, like I said earlier, that with them knowing that they may have had involvement in that whole situation, allegedly, they would kind of try to lay low because they know that it's a possibility that them people are coming for them. Like a 12-year-old losing her life, being shot in the head on her birthday, you could almost guarantee yourself that them people will be investigating and they are coming. Not to mention, these guys was caught on camera. Literally two of them was caught on camera, and the eyewitness came out and cooperated with law enforcement and told them everything they knew, which led to these arrests happening that we're seeing.
Despite the release of surveillance video showing the attack and promise of a $15,000 reward for information leading to an arrest, the case finally broke nearly 8 months later following an anonymous tip from the community.
None of that in the beginning generated any leads. So the really pivotal point is we received an anonymous witness from the community.
Now we're going to talk about the situation that took place back in 2022 that resulted in the 12-year-old losing her life. But before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Now reports say that in the 7200 block of South Oakley Avenue on March 1st, 2022, 12-year-old Nazaria Moore was with her family returning from a birthday dinner that she had, being that it was her 12th birthday. All the family could recall is hearing shots from the street, and then a bullet hit her in the head while she sat inside the car. Moore's family said that it was just before 8 p.m. when everything happened, and then they drove her to Coma Children's Hospital, where she had been hospitalized in grave condition all the way up until she actually passed away. Sources told police that at the time, they said 3 men were in the area when they saw a car pass by. One of them pulled out a weapon and started shooting at another car. 22-year-old Malik Parrish and 20-year-old Abdul Ali was hit with an M charge and other related offenses. Malik Parrish has also been charged with possession of a stolen motor vehicle, and Ali was charged with unlawful use of a weapon, and CPD made it very known that Parrish is already a convicted felon who has been arrested 11 times already, and Ali has been arrested 4 previous times as well. Basically making it seem like these guys are career criminals. Now usually when they do things like that, that only means that these guys are not going to get any leniency when it comes to sentencing from the judge, because they already feel like these guys have committed enough crimes and they keep doing it, which means that they haven't learned their lesson. So in return, usually the judge will give them a little harsher sentence to make them think about what they did, and who knows what that sentence would be, being that a 12-year-old girl lost her life. Now Radim Calhoun, aka Bando KD, wasn't arrested along with the other 2, but as of today, Friday, September 13th, the 23-year-old has been charged with first-degree M in connection with the shooting. Now it hasn't been very clear on how they know that it was him or why they feel that Bando KD had any connection to the shooting. However, I'm sure 9 times out of 10 it's either surveillance or somebody is cooperating. Now a first-degree warrant was issued for Bando KD's arrest, and after he was arrested, CPD will release a statement saying, quote, "The above offender was arrested by members of the Chicago Police Department and the Great Lakes Regional Fugitive Task Force on September 12, 2024 in the 75th 100 block of South Normal. He was identified as an additional offender who, on March 1st, 2022, shot and unalived a 12-year-old female in the 2300 block of West 72nd Street in 8th District. The offender was placed into custody and charged accordingly. No additional information is available at this time." Now it's been rumored that whoever shot at the car, because once again they're innocent until proven guilty, all of this right now is allegations, and these are just the charges that they are being hit with. It's up to them to pretty much fight the case, and I guess whatever happens at the end to prove their innocence, it just is what it is. However, it's been rumored that of course whoever did it, they targeted the wrong car. Now could you imagine that? Could you imagine thinking you shooting your ops and you end up killing a 12-year-old girl on her birthday and then get caught for it and know that 9 times out of 10 they're going to throw the book at you? Now of course we don't promote violence, right? However, let me say this. It's one thing to catch one of your ops lacking and you end up taking their life because y'all was at war. And it's a situation where it's either take a life or yours will be taken. Then it's understandable when it comes from that perspective, because at least you got your target, and if you get caught, then it's like, well, at least, I did what I had to do for me. But imagine being in the streets all this time, doing what you're doing, avoiding ops and police, only to take the life of an innocent 12-year-old and then get caught. It's like you literally about to spend the rest of your life in jail, all because of a mistake. You ain't even hit your intended target. Instead, you took the life of a child. So whoever did it, because like I said, they're innocent until proven guilty. Whoever did it, and if it is them, they got to be kicking themselves in the head right now. Because that got to be one of the most worst crash outs of all time. And at first I was going to say, maybe it was the type of weapons they using these days with the switches, and it's kind of uncontrollably. These guys can't aim. It's not like they go to the range or anything. They just shooting. But then again, it's not even that. It's not like they were shooting at their intended target and then happened to hit an innocent bystander. No. They mistakenly shot at a car that had nothing to do with nothing. That's the worst part. Now, could it be the drugs? Could it be liquor? Could it be whether they was under any type of influence, or maybe they just made a mistake? But now that one mistake is going to cost them their life. Now, when it comes to these guys getting charged, what happened is they said that in a news clip, they got an anonymous tip. The police got an anonymous tip, right? And I figured that because let me tell you this. It's one thing to do something to someone in the street and somebody sees it. They might not care enough to cooperate and give you up because it's street business. They want to stay out of it. But when you take the life of an innocent 12-year-old girl, now whoever's seen it feels a little more obligated to speak because they feel it's morally right. And the no snitching stuff goes out the window because they feel you just took an innocent little girl's life. And if I know who did it or seen who did it, I feel just as bad for not saying anything about it, knowing that I seen it. You know, it's almost as if I'm condoning it. So I feel sometimes your conscience might start messing with you, and that'll lead someone to give an anonymous tip and giving up everything they know, and boom. You know, not to mention they had surveillance cameras showing two of the people. And to be honest with you, I ain't gonna say too much, but if you watch, you know, social media and you watch that surveillance, you kind of could put two and two together, unfortunately, man. These guys gotta be a little more careful, but I'm gonna leave that there, man. Bando KD done found himself in some more bull crap. And it's sad because a lot of the times, this is how it happens. You can spend your life doing a whole bunch of other stuff in the street, and sometimes it's just a little mistake or a little whatever that'll cost you a lot. Alright, something you never expected. But anyway, y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.